Throughout my career, I have worked with many product managers. Few of them have impressed me. Let me explain why. My name is John, and you're listening to the Tech Like a Pro podcast. It is week 24 of 2025, Sunday the 15th of June. You're very welcome. I will probably upset many product managers with this episode, but I feel many need to hear this feedback. So here goes. Over time, project managers morphed into product managers, but it's still the same guys after a rebrand. They don't manage people and therefore do not need to have to do career planning and mentoring. Instead, they manage project scope and timelines. To a typical PM, a person working on their project is a, quote, resource, end quote. I personally hate that term. Please, please, please don't use it. For a PM, a resource is an input, and the product being released on time is the output. People for these guys, it's like adding coal to a furnace. We are but fuel for the engine. As a leader, I despise this mentality that treats people in such a transactional way. Sadly, however, it is all too common, especially in the tech field, that is riddled with PMs. There is the old joke that I'm sure you've heard about a PM thinking that 9 women can deliver a baby in a month. But honestly, that joke does reflect the thinking of some of them. As an engineering leader, the vast majority of my conversations with PMs revolves around them asking me for, quote, more resources as my deadline is close and at risk, end quote. They treat their relationship with me in a transactional way also. It's all about what they need from me and when. And they always assume that adding more people will make it better. They never acknowledge that adding more people will slow things down in the short term, as existing team members have to spend time onboarding the new team members into the project, while overall communication overhead increases with more people. As an aside, the inverse relationship of adding more people to a late project slowing it down was explored in the classic book called The Mythical Man Month by Fred Brooks, all the way back in 1975. This observation was codified as Brooks' Law, and right now I feel like I'm living it. I'll add a link to that law in the notes for this episode. In all of those decades, many PMs have not learned this lesson from Fred Brooks. In addition, they never want to revisit the scope of their roadmaps. Their roadmaps are precious, while the people working to deliver them are not. This is the wrong way around from my perspective. I always put the people first. You can probably tell by now, I've had a bad week. Truthfully, if you give me the option of hiring more engineers or more PMs, I will choose engineers every single time. The hardest part of being a PM in a large enterprise is stakeholder management and securing budgets for a project business case. But honestly speaking, neither require special skills and can be handled by any competent manager with good communication skills and business acumen. Often positioned as a middle layer between engineering and business stakeholders, product managers can add more noise than signal in some conversations, especially around technology. It is for that reason that I prefer to get my senior engineers and team leads onto calls with the business stakeholders instead, as it's good for my engineers to get a better understanding of the business requirements and the user pain points directly. Meanwhile, the business stakeholders get to see that it is real people building their applications for them, not just nameless, quote, resources mentioned in the PowerPoint or Excel by a PM. Engineers are people too, you guys, so let's drop the nonsense around resources. If you were a PM and you made it this far into the episode, I salute you. You're one of the good ones. And if you're an engineer, know that there's engineering leaders like me who've got your back. Take care, fellow resources. Talk to you next time.